Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to mostly benefit the employers, because this is going to be a key bit of advice that when it comes to interviewing candidates and making offers, this is where I see employers go wrong, and this is what they could do to fix that. Firstly, the issue is that I see in the market is sometimes employers won't make their best offer the first time around to a candidate they've interviewed. So they might have interviewed a candidate first time, they might have second interviewed the candidate, who knows, sometimes they might have even met them for a third time, but then they put an offer forward which is not their best foot forward. They might put an offer forward just in the hopes that it's just about enough to secure the candidate, and that perhaps doesn't really reflect the value that the candidate brings to the table. Yet they'll go on, say, 3, 4, 5 different interviews, and once the candidate's finished that interview process, the candidate might be then in a position where he's got other offers that are better offers than that company that he went to, that have only just tried to get him over the line with, an offer that's not really reflective of the value. And then sometimes as an agent, I go back to the first client, I go back to that first company that made the offer that's only just about perhaps good enough, what they think is good enough to get him, and say, look, Joe Bloggs has had 3, 4 other interviews, he's got offers that are sort of 3, 4, 5k more than yours, sometimes more in those instances, just to be transparent. That's where things are at the moment. And then that company at the start will say to me, oh Dan, we'll increase the offer. And so I'm like, well, if you're looking to increase the offer, surely you thought he was worth that amount of value at the start. Why didn't you make that offer at the start? And the reason I say this is because candidates always think of it as like, well, if they thought I was worth that value at the start, why didn't they offer me their best salary to begin with? Now, I know there's a lot of competition out there. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, people get emotionally involved with offers, money and stuff like that. But what I would say from a recruiter's perspective to all employers out there, whether you're in my niche, which is building services, or if you're in any other niche, is first time around, put the best foot forward in terms of the offer that you want to make this candidate, and don't go any higher. No one likes a bidding war. The candidates certainly don't like a bidding war, or companies, in a fight about them in terms of salary. They don't want to, go between the companies awkwardly and say, oh, this company's offered me more, this, that. So what I would say is just make your best offer the first time around, because if you go back to that candidate and say, oh, actually we can offer you 2 or 3k more, straight away that candidate's thinking, I don't know if this is the company that are right for me. They've interviewed me, they obviously like me, they want to take me on, but they've not offered me what value they think I bring to the table on the first occasion. It's taken for me to have other interviews and have other offers before they've said, oh yeah, actually give him a bit more, or give her a bit more. So as you can imagine, 1, it doesn't look great from the outset, but 2, it's not really building the trust and the rapport with the candidate from day one. They might think going down the line with this company, if they're not going to put their best foot forward now, what else might they not do for the best of my career going forward? So it's a big one to take on board from an employer's perspective. So make sure going forward you make an offer that you feel is in line with the company structure, the company bandings when it comes to salaries, and just make sure that is 100% your best offer. Go, do what you think is best. Obviously don't hyperinflate the salary just for the fun of getting them over the line, or don't do what's unrealistic in your opinion, because obviously you're not going to want to unsettle perhaps other staff in the business if it leaks and gets found out, etc, etc. But what you're going to do by making your best offer up front, it's going to be like, hands down, my offer's on the table, that's our best offer, and don't get involved in negotiations, don't get involved in delays. The more and more you try and outbid with other companies and stuff like that, the more and more time it's just taking out of your day, the more and more energy, the more resources, the more time, the more money it's effectively taking you to make that first hire, or to take that hire. So that would be my main tip and strategy for today from an employer's perspective, is to make your best offer up front the first time around. Leave the offer on the table. What I would also do as a second rule of thumb is I would hyper personalise the offer letter to the candidate. So you've had the candidate in maybe for a first interview, maybe for a second interview. You've probably got a good idea from that candidate what they want to achieve, where they want to go in their career, the ambitions they've got. You want to write down a note of all of that, keep it safe, and what you want to do when it comes to the offer stage, rather than giving them a bog standard offer that's just hi Joe Blogs, we're going to offer you the position of XYZ within our company to start on date XYZ. Rather than do that, hyper personalise an offer letter to them saying, you know, we believe we can help with your career for ABC reasons. You know, we know you're looking to do XYZ. We feel we can help you with that and we'll be best positioned to do that. Explain why without, you know, sounding disrespectful to other companies. Try and put into words on an email or in the offer letter, whether it's physical or an email, why you feel you'd be the best company for that candidate's career and what they're looking to do going forward. So I hope that helps. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments. If I've missed anything, do let us know. Subscribe, hit the like button, and if you've got any ideas for what you'd like to see next, let us know. Thank you. Bye bye.